Jalen Williams has finally come onto the scene as one of the best wing players in the NBA, and he's had to play the center for a little bit, but that has not slowed him down, putting up insane stats so far while playing the center position, and really the entirety of this season so far, as he has been off to a tear. It seems as though no one can stop him, especially these past 5 or 6 games or so without Chet Holmgren, and everyone's been kind of saying, oh, all the Thunder need to do are just go 500 without Chet. Just go 500 without Chet, it'll be fine. Stay afloat, stay up there in the top of the West, and we'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. Don't try to go undefeated. And when Dub was asked about this, he had some comments to say regarding this as a loser mentality, and that just goes to show what kind of mindset Jalen Williams has that has propelled him into these all-star level conversations so far for the young wing player. We're going to break down how he's been playing so far, what he said regarding the comments made about how they're just trying to stay afloat, along with looking at his shot chart, as I feel like that's kind of telling majority of the story so far of Jalen Williams, how he's been playing, and look at his averages compared to other players in the league here on Thunder Digest. Before we get into that, I just want to say we officially hit 2,000 subscribers, so thank you to each and every single one of you that has hit the subscribe button so far. If you haven't yet, sorry, it's hard to talk sometimes. If you haven't hit that subscribe button already, what's stopping you? All right, it's the best way to support the channel, and it's the best way to stay up to date with your Oklahoma City Thunder news. With that out of the way, we'll go ahead and get into today's video, talking about Jalen Williams, the rise of him as an all-star player, and really, he's been insane. All right, he has been absolutely absurd when you look at the stats. I mean, putting up 20-plus points per game. He's been progressing. He's one of the favorites to win Most Improved Player of the Year. A lot of people are now putting him into defensive player, I don't want to say defensive player of the year talks, but definitely all defensive team talks. He's been, part of those conversations as well. And now all-star talks. The next thing on the list is all NBA conversations. And he'll check every single box this season pretty much. And so he's been off to an insane start, looking like he'll be an all-star when looking at it. However, a lot of people assumed he was going to slow down when he had to play the center position, but really he's thrived. Mark Daigneault talked about how Jalen Williams kind of thrives under stress and pressure, and when Jalen Williams was asked about how they're just trying to stay afloat without any centers, he had some comments to make, and that's what we're going to look over here. First, let's look at the comments, all right? This is from Clemente Almanza over at the Thunder Wire. Go check him out. He's one of my favorite guys to read articles from. The Thunder have been forced to play small ball lineups with Jalen Williams at the center spot. He's done an admirable job. OKC is 3-1 since Chet Holmgren suffered a hip fracture, but it's one loss to the Dallas Mavericks exposed how severely limiting that style of basketball is. The good news is Hartenstein should be near a return. He's shedded the hand brace he wore. The 7-footer has also participated in pregame warmups. Once he returns, he'll stabilize the Thunder until Holmgren's eventual return later this season. But despite that ray of hope, Williams refuses to believe the Thunder are hoping to stay afloat until then. These games matter as much as the ones Holmgren, Hartenstein, and Williams play in. And that just, I think this kind of summarizes how this team really feels. We're without a 7-footer, yeah. We've played small ball before. I don't know why we're acting like we haven't played small ball before. We have. If you watch the 2022-2023 season, it was all small ball. 2021 and 2022, it was all small ball. We didn't have a big. We didn't. So I don't know where this kind of notion of like, oh, we can't play small ball, we're not successful with it. We have been in the past. We have been. We've shown that we can play with the small ball lineup. We showed it in 2022 and 2023. Yes, we didn't make the playoffs, but that season we were also without Chet. I know, blah, blah, blah. The whole article is talking about how, we're missing Chet. But we played small ball, all right, without who a lot of people are assuming now is our second best player on the team. But all those guys on the team were young. Shai was like 23 at the time. Dub was 21. Dort was 23. All those guys were super young. They weren't developed yet. All right, they weren't refined players. Now a lot of these guys are becoming more refined. SGA is an MVP caliber player. Dub is now in all-star talks. We can live with small ball. And Jalen Williams was talking about that exactly when we go to this next part of the article with this quote. This is what he had to say. Plain and simple, he said, that's kind of a loser mentality, Williams said. We're not trying to survive. We're going out there to win every game. Obviously, we want our bigs back and be healthy, but we're not victims. While this downplays the dire health situation the Thunder are in, of course an NBA player must have this type of mentality. This stretch could sink or swim a season, and OKC has thrived in it during a soft portion of its schedule. The Williams at center minutes have been a nice band-aid over the wound, but Hartenstein will be the stitches needed to recover from Holmgren's season-altering injury. Now, it is tough and everything, but Dub has been doing just fine at the center position really the entirety of the year. I mean, let's look at his stats real quick, all right? These are Dub's stats for the year so far. I'm going to go ahead and round up. You guys know I love to do that. 21 points per game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, 2 steals a game, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls, and he's shooting 51% from the field while shooting 40% from behind the three-point line. Insane numbers. He's efficient. He's playing defense at a top-tier level. He's getting boards. His passing and playmaking has clearly gotten better, going up in assists per game, and scoring-wise, he's gotten better as well, now averaging 21 points per game. He has been insane. He's 6'6". He has that size, 23 years old. All right, and looking at some of the other stuff, he shoots 33% on corner threes. The corner's not really his shot, his spot. 77% of his threes are assisted, and 29 rounded up to 30% of all his shots are three-pointers. Still not taking a ton of threes. I'd like to see him take around 35% of his shots being three-pointers. I'd like to see that. But overall, he has been playing great. He has been playing phenomenally out of this world. He's playing at an MVP level. And looking at this right here, the shot chart, this is what I really wanted to show you guys. He's not taking a lot of threes, but if you notice, he is at the wing, around top of the key. Those are where his three balls are coming from, and he's had to go down low a little bit now, really attack guys. He's one of the best guys at attacking off the dribble and finishing, thanks to his athleticism, reach, and strength. He really thrives there. And the lighter colors are, the lower percentages, and the darker numbers are higher percentages. So if you notice, all right, that right wing spot right there, he's deadly from the right wing. All right, he truly is. Left wing, he also shoots that very well. Elbow, not so much. In the corner, not so much either. Inside, he's still thriving, fighting down low at the rim. But the three ball, he's been shooting the three extremely well. All right, he truly has. This guy, Jalen Williams, is going to be a future All-NBA player. It's going to be tough this season as we have a ton of great talent in the league, but he is going to be an All-NBA player at some point in his career, and I think he's an All-Star this year, and maybe an All-Defensive player as well. We saw the stats. I mean, I can pull them up real quick again, all right? I'm just going to show you guys again real quick. Looking at the stats here, 21 points per game. Yeah, that's all. That should be All-Star numbers along with 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Those should be All-Star numbers. But then defensive stats, 2 steals and a block per game? Are you kidding me? I know it's early and it's a small sample size, but these are impressive numbers. While having to play an undersized position as well, Jalen Williams is going to be an all-star and all-defensive player, and that's because of the mentality he brings to the court and how much he has progressed as a player. He has been insane, and I will die on this hill. Get dubbed to the All-Star game this year. Get him on an all-defensive team, and while we're at it, if he keeps progressing like he has been throughout this season, he's going to make an All-NBA team as well. He'll be an All-NBA third-team player this year if he keeps on, doing this and gets the Thunder #1 seed as well. That's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys personally think about the rise of Jalen Williams. Hopefully you guys agree with me how he is an all-star this year and has the potential to make an all-NBA team this year as well, along with all-defensive team. If not, let me know your reasoning why in the comment section below. I'm not going to, get mad at you or anything. I get it, all right? There's a lot of great talent in the league. Just want to know your reasoning behind that. That's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next video.